Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and today I am in Redmond, Washington. I'm at my friend's place, Stephen, all the way in Redmond, Washington.
That's right.
What is the name of your little enclave that you have here?
Our little bar is called Dagon's Deep Room.
Dagon's Deep Room.
Yeah, salute to H.P. Lovecraft.
Salute to H.P. Lovecraft. He's no longer with us.
He's no longer with us.
No. So, from the grave, if you see us, H.P. So what I want to talk about today is... Stephen is a podcaster.
Yes. Yeah, for quite some time. We've been going 14, 15 years now, BoneBat Show.
God. And what's the BoneBat Show about?
BoneBat Show is a comedy and pop culture show that features independent music. So we have a different independent musical act. Often we interview them, and then we'll play some cuts from the band to sort of basically talk about the things we love. Like Gordon and I, my co-host, we're really excited about music, independent music. And so, any time we can turn somebody on to a great band that we're familiar with, especially local acts, we love to do that.
No, you're the guy that you do it with. He's a friend that you guys used to live close together.
Yeah, best friends from high school.
And
That's
then
right.
he moved away, and then this is kind of like how you guys essentially stay in contact with
Yeah, partially.
And the thing that I love about a podcast, the thing I love about being a content creator in the modern age is that you can do a podcast, you could do a blog, you can even do a YouTube show, and it costs you nothing. In theory.
Right. I mean, you buy a mic.
Yeah.
You buy, some equipment. You pay for software often.
Yeah, I mean, you can upgrade and you can make things better. But I think that's pretty awesome because, it wasn't always that way.
Yeah. I would agree.
And when I think about Tiki and just learning about the information, I'm just getting information on Tiki. How far we've come. It's amazing. Now, as far as I know, back in the 90s, during the second wave of Tiki, if you were into it, the only thing out there that you could get was Otto von Stroheim's Tiki News.
Okay.
And it was literally a fanzine. I mean, it was a fanzine that he took 8.5 by 11 paper and folded it and stapled it himself. And you read
truly a zine,
literally a zine,
independent music would have.
And you didn't read it like this. You read the whole thing like this. So for each page. And that, as far as I know, is the only way you could have gotten any information when it came to Tiki.
So there wasn't bulletin boards or interest in that sort of thing?
This is the early 90s. Yeah. This is before the internet. Before the internet was even a thing. And
there wasn't an AOL?
No. I mean, if there was...
You got that disc, everybody was getting those discs for free all the time, and it was the Tiki disc.
Yeah, they're still tracking you, though, just so you know. That's what those discs were for.
Well, you could also use them as a coaster for your Mai-Tai. That's the other good thing that they're for.
So, as far as it goes, that was it. And then, outside of that, you had to buy a book.
Right.
And up until The Book of Tiki by Sven Kirsten, that was it.
Yeah.
It isn't like you can go to Walden Books.
Right.
And show me where the Tiki section's at.
I remember when I first saw a book at Tiki because I was a book buyer for Walden Books and Borders for many years when they were both in business. And went to a Toshin showroom in New York City. And we were looking through, all the different books. What we were looking for was books that we could reprint proprietarily to sell, on the bargain shelves in Borders and Walden Books. But I saw a book at Tiki, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. The kind of deluxe, puffy cover. Yep. And inside is just this other world of amazing stuff from, 50s and 60s that I had not seen before. And I thought that was amazingly cool. So it doesn't surprise me that, one day later, years later, we have a Tiki bar at our house.
Yeah. But that was a book. And that was a limited run. I mean, there was only so many copies of that book that was made, and then that was it. They did reissue it in a smaller version. I think they call it Tiki Style or something like that. And it was hard to get information on Tiki. And then finally the internet started to become popular. And from what I understand is there was like a Yahoo message board.
Okay.
That the Tiki files could communicate with each other. A Yahoo message board. You know, it's like the thing that I find amazing is I have friends of mine, Jeannie and Tom, who live in Seattle, and they've been into Tiki since the '90s, right? And they met me about a year or two ago, and then through me, I introduced them to essentially everyone that I know, and that's a lot of people. And they're like, wow, like we didn't realize that there's people in Seattle that have been into Tiki themselves the whole time.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, we were just into it.
Yeah.
You know. And there wasn't any way to communicate back then. So even if you were like Tom and Jeannie and even if you knew of Tiki News, and that was like a fanzine where like Otto would go to like record stores or any place that might have something that might be a little be a little hip with subcultures.
So you might find this at like Tower Records.
Yes, exactly.
Would be a place where you'd find that.
Yeah, or like an independent record store, something like that. And hey, can you take 5 copies? That kind of thing. Wherever he ended up having to be. So say even if you had a copy of it, what are you going to do? You know, it ain't like you can. Most of those people are down in California. It was tough. And then there was Tiki Central.
Okay.
And Tiki Central was the daddy, the mother lode of them all. Because that was finally a web page where people can go and talk about anything Tiki related. Which is still going on today. They actually had a celebration, like a 20-year celebration.
20-year, wow.
Yeah, and they actually had like celebrations going on, like in Frankie's and like a Tiki bar in California, like in San Francisco, and like it was a really big deal. You know, you got people that have been into Tiki for like decades, and how some of these people met each other on those boards. And again, I remember like how I remember I didn't get the book at Tiki. The book I saw from Sven was Tiki Pop.
Okay.
And I remember I used to see it at Urban Outfitters. And I remember it was this large book. It was like this big and like that thick. And anytime I was in Urban Outfitters, it's like I'd just look at it. I mean, it was just like eye candy. I'm like loving.
So
all
were
this.
you into Tiki then, or already?
Yeah, I was.
You had been bitten by the bug.
Yeah, I got into Tiki in 2006.
Okay.
But I probably didn't see that book until a couple years ago, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. And up until like a year before I started blogging, like I didn't even have any shirts. I didn't dress the part or anything like that. I just like going to Tiki bars. And I didn't realize that it was a thing, that it was a subculture that you can fully immerse yourself into. And then once I started reading the book, like I got Tiki Pop. And then eventually I got Book of Tiki. And then I actually went on eBay and got some of these Tiki News fanzines, which they're not cheap. Hey gang, we'll get back to the Tiki conversation here in just a second, but I want to let y'all know they have t-shirts for sale. They are screen printed in America. The artist is Tony Canepa, and they're going for $20 a piece, $25 including shipping. If you're interested in buying one, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and then there's a tab that says buy a t-shirt. Click on there and just follow the prompts. So thank you very much. And let's get back to the Tiki conversation now. And there was Tiki Magazine.
Okay.
There was Tiki Magazine that was going on in the 2000s, which was really, really cool. And it's funny, like anytime I go to someone's house or I'm at a party and they have Tiki magazines, I'm just going to sit on it for a while.
Sure.
And it's like, wow, everyone looked like so much younger back then. But again, if you were into Tiki and you wanted to learn anything about it, you literally had a magazine.
Right, sure.
Physical, tangible things that you can hold in your hand, there's only so many made, and then that's it. And the nice thing about Tiki Central is that it's essentially a message board. It's a collaborative community kind of thing. The thing that I love about living in the future, which is where we're at, is now, like, I started a blog.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it doesn't take any money really for me to do it. I mean, I got my own domain name and have my own hosting and stuff like that. But I don't have to buy pencil and paper. I don't have to take physical photographs and stuff like that. And what I love about the internet is that you can, like my blog reaches the world.
Mm-hmm.
Your podcast reaches the world. Whoever knows about it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how I found out about you, is, like we want to do in this day and age, when you get into a new hobby or a new interest, you start looking and finding out what else is going on. Yeah. So my wife, she found this tiki bar on Craigslist this summer.
Damn.
We were sitting out on the deck, and she was like looking for furniture for outside. And she turns to me and she says, so how would you feel about getting a tiki bar for the day? Yes! Like, we've never agreed on anything so fast in our married life. And it turned out that this tiki bar was previously owned by a guy that you have been a Hat Guy's Tiki Room.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson Cook.
Yes.
This used to be Nelson and Brad's Party Tiki Bar. And so it feels kind of good that we're new to the
it's
tiki,
a small tiki world.
The Seattle Ohana, right?
Yeah.
We're new to it, but we have a little bit of its history right here. And we've built our own slice of it and our own interest, but we found this on the internet.
On Craigslist.
Yeah, so I'm
there
looking,
you go.
and then I'm looking, okay, so tiki recipes, I'm looking up things, and very quickly I stumbled across you.
Yeah,
so then, I'm interested in mugs and shirts and different things, and you've got episodes on that. You've got several Tiki Mugs with Ray. You've got Tiki with Ray on, how to open a coconut. You've got, and I mean, you've got a ton of great shows that you've put on with your friends that were a amazing introduction to Julie and I to, the world of Tiki. Yeah. And it's, it's been a great springboard. So thank you for that. And, because the internet, I mean, that's testament to what's available out there for you.
Well, just like you're just saying, like, even with you were able to go online with Craigslist. Like, Craigslist, you can go on and find things. Mm-hmm. eBay. There's Facebook Marketplace. Mm-hmm. So now you can actually go online and find this stuff. And
you can also find, could
you imagine?
Where do you find thatch, right? How do you cut thatch? Like,
so say
we learned about that on the internet.
Say it's the 80s, and you're trying this bar. What are you gonna? Is it gonna be on the classifieds?
In the Penny Saver or something? Yeah.
Yeah. Tiki Bar. Now you got pictures and like everything like that. Talk about information. Like as we're drinking 44s. Well, I'm drinking a 44 Mai-Tai.
I drink mine pretty fast, guys. Sorry.
And it's like, just talk about like, what's a recipe for a 44 Mai-Tai? What's a recipe for a 34 Zombie? I mean, you can literally go online. There's like Mountain Full of Crushed Ice is a blog where it's just all about cocktails.
Yeah, you got Beach Bum's Tiki app.
Yeah, you have
the app. For a mere $10, you can have 100 Tiki recipes on your iPhone?
Even more. And
it's like amazing.
A Tiki app, right?
Yeah.
And like there's YouTube. There's YouTube shows that show you how to make cocktails. Like there's the Velveteen Lion Kitchen. Mm-hmm. Then there's like Common Man Cocktails. There's all these websites and YouTube shows that show you how to make these.
Yeah.
And they'll even talk about like, what's Curacao, what's Orgeat. Mm-hmm. There's different bloggers out there besides me. There's like Kevin Crossman, the Ultimate Mai-Tai. Where can you get a good Mai-Tai? Well, he'll tell you. He'll tell you where you can find a bad one too, because he travels the world checking out bars and trying out Mai-Tais. And there's like the Meat Tiki, which is in like Minnesota. What's going on with the Tiki scene in Minneapolis? There's Trader J down in Florida. Again, Tiki blogging down there. There's. I love the fact that like it's spread open. That it doesn't have to be a particular book that you happen to find. That the information is out there now.
Right.
And everyone can access it.
Absolutely.
All over the world. And I love living in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And where do you think things are going to go next? I mean, where do we go from here?
Hard to say. Virtual tiki bars?
Virtual tiki bar. There you
Like
go.
I can't make it to Tiki Cat, but I can put on my VR headset and I can wander around in 3D this place that is far from me that I can't visit. Having
but what do you...
tours of tiki bars around the world.
So you can.
I think you'd have to make your drink at home.
You'd have
take
to drink,
that with you. So
you can't drink the drinks there. It's like you can look,
That's
but
right.
you can't touch. Virtual tiki bars. At least no one will get a DUI, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I'm waiting for a good tiki video game though, Ray.
A tiki video.
When's that going to happen?
I don't know. Someone should get on that. A tiki video game. There you go. Why don't you do it?
I don't know how to program.
Yeah. And I barely know how to make videos. So. Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.